So a6 suited isn't exactly a monster, but in this spot, I knew it was the only move. And to give everybody a little background on myself, I've been playing online for about 2 decades. I play a lot of mid-stake games, and as you move up in stakes, the thing you got to understand is players obviously get better, and you need to adjust. And you have to obviously know all the different strategies like GTO, how to do things on a pre-flop level that's close to perfect. But at some point, you have to realize you're playing against other people, and you got to make plays. And I think what you're going to see throughout this is that I made a lot of plays. I was throwing a lot of bluffs out there. We were getting a lot of it through, and I did make some risky plays, but all in all, we got some good stuff to go over. Of course, as I'm breaking this down, also wanted to say if you guys are not in our community right now, I don't know what you're doing. That's going to be in the pinned comment. You can talk with me, other high level members, and anything you want to comment below, feel free to do that, and I'll get back to you. But sit back. We got a lot of good stuff to go over here, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy this one. And tap that like, okay. All right, anyways, ace 5 off here. I think I just mucked this one. But we really got into it early on here with throwing some bluffs, man. I mean, we were getting bluffy in this for sure. Now, ace 5 off, from kind of early position, it's usually a fold for me. If it's suited, going to be completely different, obviously, but it's not. So just mucked it. Discipline fold right there. No reason to get involved. Plus, we know when somebody's raising from early position, they likely have something pretty good. Okay, so we're just going to stay away from it. All right. Pretty dry board here. Unless player 2's got an overpair. Imagine he probably float this as well with like ace king or something, but he didn't. He folded it. So whatever he had was, a big nothing right there. Okay. And yeah, 3-4 suited, we're doing it here. All right, gonna raise it up here. I think that I want to say player 1 maybe made a call here, possibly. We got a big one here. Okay, 3-4 suited. I'm definitely looking for a call here, but we didn't get it. Yeah, this guy folded it. Okay. All right, so whatever. It is what it is. We'll deal with it. But here we go with Jack 9. Now get ready for this, man. This was something right here. This was a play right here. This was definitely something. Okay. Now I'm gonna open here with the Jack 9 suited. And if you actually if you're gonna look at a chart on this, yeah, you do want to actually open raise with this. So I did. Now we are going to get re-raised here, and we're pretty deep in this, and you know what? I made a call. All right, I didn't really think about it too much. I just made the call. Plus, I'm pretty confident in my game that I could still outplay opponents on the flop. Now, the flop wasn't exactly what we were looking for. I mean, we got no spades out there, which kind of hurts. Not many draws. I mean, we would need runner cards for straights. And, who's to say this guy doesn't have pocket queens? We don't really know, right? But, we're not necessarily going to give up just yet. I am going to continue here. A couple of reasons I'm going to continue because, I could make some things happen possibly on the turn. Now, the queen hitting on the turn, didn't really want to see that, okay? Player 1 is going to make sort of a mistake. He's going to give us some information here. Now, as long as we're not up against pocket queens, I got to feel pretty good here that this guy doesn't have a queen, right? We're going to check this to the river, and once again, I think this guy is just going to check it, which was not what you want to do, okay? He's giving up, basically. He's raising the white flag. So I don't know if a pot size would have got this through. I just decided to go for the full here. And it looks like a risky play, but if we look at how he played this, he definitely made some mistakes here. He should have continued on the turn, in my opinion, but he didn't. And then, he was weak once again here going to the river. So we're basically repping a queen here or nothing. That's basically what we're doing. And, fortunately for us, the play worked. We got it through. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that one. But, I probably wouldn't have made that play if that guy didn't play the hand so passively, if that makes sense. All right, so All right, first big bluff we got through right there, okay? We still got that ace-6 suited you guys need to stick around for, so it's going to be a little bit, towards the end here, but whatever. All right, 5-8 off, pretty much a fold here. Yeah, for sure, obviously, right? It's not even suited. And we just got to let it go, man. Just got to let it go sometimes, Those 5-8 suiteds will get you, 5-8 offsuit, I'm sorry, will get you in trouble. We don't want that. No, sir. All right, 9-7. This should be another laydown here. But yeah, man, that Jack-9, whew. Whew, whew. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so a couple laydowns, nothing out of the ordinary right there. Then we get this 4-10 suited. Now this hand was something else. All right, we're in the big blind here. I'm not really gonna put a whole lot into this. You know what I mean? We could call if somebody's gonna open raise. We could call, and I actually did. All right, I did. You never know. It's not the Doyle Brunson. It's not the 210. But we're gonna make the call, all right? And we got nothing here. I'm basically in like check fold mode, but it's gonna get interesting on the turn and river, which is what you're about to see. We also have runner hard possibilities, and I mean runner straight possibilities. I'm probably pushing it there, but I mean technically we do. And no one's gonna do anything here. They're just gonna check it, and we're gonna get to the turn. Turn card is not really gonna do too much for us, but no one seems to want it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where we're at right now. Now, player one's like really, it's just annoying when people do this, but it is what it is. All right, he's going to check it. We did pair the 10, and I'm still in check fold mode here. I'm not really going to do anything. If player 5 wanted it there, he could have taken it. Back to player 1, he's going to check it, and you guys are just going to be like, did that river card really just happen here? Because it's about to happen. It is about to happen, okay? And, yeah, we went from having nothing, hitting pair of 10s on the turn. If player 1 would just make up his mind here, we could get to that river card. I mean, what is going on, sir? Okay, finally. I mean, if you're going to do something, do it. All right, we had 2 pair, and this is where I'm going to go for a little bit of value. I mean, very small, I'm hoping somebody maybe calls with a pair of queens if they slow played a king here. But player 5 is going to kick it up to the 110 piece. And, I had to call here. I couldn't let it go. I just couldn't let it go. He turned over Jack 10, and, we took it down right there. Not really a bad bluff by that guy. It's just that he ran into us hitting 2 pair, like the worst 2 pair, But whatever, stuff happens, and kind of did right there, All right, 6-10, gonna fold it, but yeah, I mean the 4-10 suited, man. I'm pretty sure this entire thing we didn't really get one good hand, but it didn't really matter. By the time we got to the end of this, it didn't really matter. Maybe the ace-6 suited was the best we got in this. You'll have to just keep watching. All right. Anyways, King Jack gonna open here. I'm going to come back around to player 2, who is going to make the call. Ace out there. Now I'm just going to continue here. I mean, he doesn't have to have it like an ace, but he did raise this here, so I just kind of let this go. So, we couldn't really do anything there with that. It's kind of just a muck it, move on situation, It is what it is. But it's all good. And yeah, I mean, we're up a little bit right now. It's going to get better, so, keep sticking with me. And if you're still following along, man, hit that like for us. I'd appreciate that. All right, here we go. Queen 10. All right, Queen 10 suited. All right, and I am going to kick it up here. Player 2 is going to put in a raise. I am going to re-raise this, which I think is fine, I also like it because we're mixing things up. It keeps us a little bit unpredictable at the table, and we don't know what's going to happen here. I might also do this with hands like 8-9 suited every once in a while. I'm trying to think of some other things, maybe like some 8-10 suiteds I might do this with. But I'm going to kick it up to the 45 piece, I think. It was 45. Pretty sure. All right, and player 2 is going to make the call. And this was another one where I was like just ripping it, you know. Player 5 was doing pretty good up there. All right, player 2 is going to make the call, and we're gonna do this. Now, I was actually thinking he might re-raise us, and he did. And you know what? I'm going to make the call. Another situation where things could get a little dicey, we missed this flop completely. Player 2, you know, we have to be worried about overpairs, but when he checked it so quickly here to this board, I just sense weakness. I don't think you're checking overpairs on this board. You want to protect your hand, you know? So I was putting this guy on maybe ace king, probably ace king. He folded it right away, like right away. So our play worked right there. And the reason I did that once again there is because, you know, if he's got an overpair, you're going to want to protect it, especially to that board. I just don't see somebody slow playing it. I mean, sure, but I don't know. It didn't really line up for me. Our play worked right there. And you know what? Another one we took down without really having anything. I think you're probably seeing what's going on here. But really, it's just me outplaying the opponents at the table at the end of the day. That's what's happening. And like I said, been doing this for a long time, so it's not like I'm just winging it. There is thought behind these decisions, you know. Here we got an ace-10 suited, kind of nice. But we still got that ace-6 suited coming up, man. We do. We sure do now. We sure do. It's going to be coming up here pretty soon. All right. Unfortunately, we didn't have anyone on that one, which is kind of what it is. And is this it? Is this the ace-6 suited? It might be. It is. Okay. So if you're still with me, you know, appreciate it. And if you're not in the community yet, you know, I'm going to keep saying it, man. Get in it. It's in the pin comment. A lot of good stuff in there, okay? Especially, you know, if you want to maybe take things a little bit more seriously, kind of get into this, you know what I mean? You can talk with me, and we'll get you going. Anyways, all right, so ace-6 suited, kicking it up to the 1250 piece, and me and player 5. And me and player 5, honestly, haven't had a whole lot going on against each other up until this. And I think you guys are going to like this. This was very, very interesting, okay? And yeah, I'm going to tell you why I made the play. All right, so player 6 is going to fold, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, we're gonna get to that flop, okay? We're going to get to that flop. And to be fair, it's going to miss us. We're basically bricking this flop, you know? No other way to say it. But I am going to continue here, you know? Now, these guys don't necessarily have to have anything. And I've seen this play quite a few times, and I want you to like really look at this for a second, okay? We have to think about this. If somebody has two pair here, maybe like a jack deuce or a jack 7, or even like a 2-7 every once in a while, you know, are you immediately going to check this? Maybe, maybe not. But I'm going to put something out, and you could say this was almost like a gut instinct when I watch player 5 make this play. Sometimes opponents will put in like little raises to see where you're at. Maybe just try to like get you off of a hand, maybe like with a weak jack. I wasn't putting player 5 on 2 pair here, so it kind of made me think like, what are you trying to say you have? It didn't feel right. And I think that when I put out this 26 piece, maybe he thought this guy doesn't really have a whole lot. Maybe. But when I made this play, I'll tell you what, I mean, it was a play. We're gonna just put it all in there. 750 piece chicken nug right here. Dip in some BBQ. Nothing. Absolute nothing. We got player five to fold pretty quick right there. And that might look a little out there, but like I keep coming back to it, man. At the end of the day, you're playing against other people. So you think about all the different, things you can learn, all that kind of stuff. But you got to remember, man, we are playing against other opponents. Okay, anyways, we're going to do it there. I thought we had some good ones, good bluffs in this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, check out the pinned comment. We'll see you in the next one.